good, everybody? It's Andrew Matheson.
And James Michael Seimas.
Jimmy Mike. And this week's double coverage post Week 9 wrap up. We have some league titles already being decided.
Sewn up.
We have more records being broken by Fabiano Hale. Where do you want to start?
Well, we'll just touch base with the league title situation.
Sure, let's do that first.
Okay, you want the NBL? Go ahead. Fire away.
Seaside won.
Okay. SCCL, Aptos won. Repeated.
Well, now they have a share, right?
They have no worse than a share. That's
no worse than a share.
Seaside has a game against Monterey, which is a cross-division game.
Non-conference, so they're done. They're undefeated. They're 6-0. Seaside is outright champs of the Monterey Bay League Pacific Division. Aptos, with another win next week, can do the same thing with the SECAL, wrap it up outright.
Yeah.
Right now, SoCal still technically has a chance, but they would need to win. Aptos would need to
Well,
lose.
you know what's
so
going
they have a
on?
chance.
Every league in the CCS, I've been told, of course, talking to Louis tonight, Louis Walters, and he mentioned that the SECL has 2 berths, automatic. I don't know how that is, but he says they're getting 2 in there, so I'm going to look over the stuff on the CCS bylaws again, and if so, that means Aptos and SoCal are in, probably.
And then possibly
and that means
large.
MBC, I know, but what all for MBC? So I want to check that out and see if there's any validity to that.
Well, NBLP, the Pacific, they're a B league, and we know they have at least, but being an equity league, they the Gavilan division has 3 automatic qualifiers.
Okay, what about Pacific?
They only got 1.
Okay,
that's going to Seaside.
So I think that second one from the Pacific division went up to the Gavilan because sometimes
okay. Yeah, it used to be 2 and 2.
Okay.
Now it's 3 and 1.
Okay,
so there's no magic trick.
That
see
is
that?
why. That is.
You like that?
But is that in your? Oh, it's in your ear.
Regarding MVC though, you mentioned that they were upset by Alisal on Friday night, so now they're kind of in a logjam, battling for 3rd place right now.
Let down.
They'll be a little bit, yeah.
I'm let down.
You're let down.
Yeah.
He's let down. I was a little bit let down. I'm sure they were let down.
You saw it more than I did.
And they're battling for 3rd place with North Monterey County. They beat PV, but yeah, where do you want to go?
Okay, now I would like to talk about Fabiano Hale.
Let's talk about Fabiano Hale.
5 touchdowns. 5. And obviously he has the school record again in rushing yards for the season, rushing yards career, scoring, county scoring for a season. He overtook Sean Benjamin. I thought that was going to stand for 2 to 3 decades.
Yeah.
But congrats for him for scoring 5 TDs. He has, 28, 29 TDs on the season. 188 points or something like that. Sean Benjamin had 182.
184, I think.
Yeah. So, numbers pushed aside, but big record for Hale. Another
touchdown
one.
Machine.
Dare we say player of the year? Wouldn't that be a shocker? All right, on to what we covered Saturday.
Real quick, before who would be, we don't want to give anything away, but Hale is obviously running away.
Yes.
Thank you. With the Player of the Year title in the All-County voting, which is us, for the most part.
Yes.
Who's his closest competitor, do you think, maybe?
Was there one?
Really?
Okay, in county.
I don't know, I'm just asking.
Someone from Monte Vista Christian, probably Matasevich.
Nick Matasevich?
I would think. Yeah, the way he runs and passes. They spread the ball so much that it wouldn't be any other offensive figure on that team, I don't think. Then you look on the defensive side of the ball, they're good, not great. They're very good, but it has to be Matasevich, a 2-way player. 20
touchdowns, 2 picks. So pretty solid for a first-year starting quarterback. Obviously, he was behind Taylor Cohen last year.
And anyone from Aptos. See, everyone touches
it. The thing with Aptos is that they have so many guys that touch the ball. Briggs Powell was obviously their standout last year, and he clearly stood out from that team. But this year, with what they lost, it was much more of a team effort.
Even when their leading rusher went out, they still got it done. So
Aaron McInerney.
I think without a doubt, it's got to be someone like Hale. So Matasevich running around. We'll see.
Let's move on.
Okay. On to Saturday.
Sure. Yeah, I was down in Castroville watching PV take on North Monterey County. If you watched last week's episode, I actually predicted Power Valley would win this game.
That's a freaking great call. Great call!
They ended up losing.
I had it.
33-6. Hey,
that's closer than I thought it would be.
Well, it was pretty close. For the viewers, what I was basing this on, PV's last league victory was in 2007 against North Monterey County. Last year, They should have beat North Monterey County. They ended up losing 7-6. They went for a 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter. They didn't get it.
Yeah.
They ended up losing by a point. I was thinking like maybe the stars were aligning, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. No,
Yeah.
I mean, if it worked, it would have been
Let's
legendary.
talk about our boy. Let's talk about their best player. How do you do?
Sure. Anthony Cantrell, man-child, running back, 21 carries, 67 yards.
All right.
He's now 31 yards shy of tying the school record set by Mo Strickling a couple of years ago with, I believe it was 1,224 off the top of my head.
Okay.
I've only written that number down 50 times this season.
Probably right.
And I mean, basically, but NMC knew he was coming.
Yeah,
They
totally.
stacked the guys with 9 guys in the box at times, with one safety drop back and a corner back out wide, and just kind of waited for PV to run the ball a little bit. The defense actually played pretty well.
Okay. Sounds like an expert.
But just the offense didn't really put them in a position to help them out, basically. It was short yardage, turnovers. They had 3 turnovers. Defense got 3 turnovers, too, with fumble recoveries. Ed Medina had a nice pick. The quarterback, he had a nice interception, but
Yeah, they're
21 points second quarter for NMC kind of put the game away.
All right. It turns into a 28-point victory.
Yeah, and for NMC, like I said, they're going to be playing Monte Vista Christian next week.
Okay.
Winner gets 3rd place in the league behind Alisal, most likely. Alisal beat MVC. They're kind of in 2nd place right now. If they lose, then they'd be in the discussion with MVC.
Okay.
There's too many acronyms.
I gotcha.
And of course, Seaside is your league champ. But on to Saturday night. I heard something big happened over in Aptos, over at Carl Connolly.
Big.
Huge?
Well, for those Seahawks and their fans, they
Yeah.
scored 51 points
Woo!
against West Valley, which is an all-time high.
Woo!
All those meetings dating back to 1965. Well, there's several years they didn't beat, but still, they won 51-7. If you tuned in last week and saw these bold predictions, I said that West Valley's offense was going to get outscored by Cabrillo's defense. And that's for 2.
At least one of our
There's 10, but there's 2 high fives.
on the limb predictions came true.
Well, I got the one with the Watsonville running backs being held under 40 yards. I'm pretty
You're
proud of those. I'm proud of those. J.P. Holbert, Derek DeLucci, each had interception returns for touchdowns to seal a glorious victory for the Seahawks.
Pa-pow!
Stephen Ross, a fill-in running back 2 weeks ago, excuse me, ran for 3 touchdowns, 166 yards, 124 carries. And I want to give some love out to
Keep going.
to Terry Wynn, because he had a blocked punt return for a touchdown. But in the 3rd quarter, Cabrillo's leading 17-0.
You didn't fart. I was just cooling him off.
Oh my gosh, really?
That would look weird.
No, I did. That's why I had that awkward face. Stephen Ross went crazy in the first half.
Yeah.
Cabrillo's leading 17-0 at the halftime. Then it was all defense. 3 straight possessions or whatever, essentially.
Yeah.
Interception, punt return. 3 out of 4 possessions. Cabrillo's offense didn't touch the ball until 7 minutes had expired in the 3rd quarter. It was
awesome.
amazing.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool. Congrats to Cabrillo's defense. DeLucci had 11 tackles leading the way, and Cabrillo also recorded 3 sacks, 5 interceptions total. They had their way.
Now, Stephen Ross is filling in for an injured Dylan Jackson.
Yes.
He went down, 2 weeks ago with a knee
injury.
Any
yes.
idea when he'll be back at
They
all?
say,
or-
well, you have 1 game left of the season.
Yeah.
There's a chance he could come back, but likely not.
Okay. How's Ross filling in?
Ross looks great. He took a head injury and was exited in the 4th quarter. He was given a concussion test, and he was okay. So he'll
Okay.
be back in there against Gavilan next weekend.
166 yards, 3 touchdowns, 24 attempts,
First time in his career, 3 TDs in a game.
nearly 7 yards a carry. Just give him the ball.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. And that's a big win for them. They have 1 more game against Gavilan next week.
They're trying to finish the season 500 and be bowl eligible.
That would be huge. Huge.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is that it?
That is it.
That is
Done.
it. It was a quick week.
Fini.
You were in the office on Friday night. I was
Yes.
out at Santa Cruz Warriors draft.
That's
So we
right.
didn't get to see any Friday night games. Apologies to those kids.
But we talked about Hale and everyone else.
We'll
so.
talk about you later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Next week's week 10, the final week of the season for those teams not advancing to the postseason. We'll try and square away the whole
Playoff picture.
automatic bid picture in the CCS. You can check us out online, santacruzsentinel.com/. Check us out on Twitter, airing it out, point after, @Matheson_SC. And that'll do it. We'll see you next week. Spin it.
You spin it!